Greetings, mortal. It is nice to finally meet you. I suppose I should introduce myself. I am Lord Apollo, god of music, medicine, plagues, archery, prophecy, light, and poetry. So why is this my job too? Oh, why would I give the job to any of my kids who don't have 20 domains? Real sweet, Dad. What you gonna do? Turn me human again? You saw how it went last time. Sorry, mortal. This doesn't involve you. Let me just... Oh, looks like you're with me for mythology and culture. Well, I never pass up a chance to talk about myself. And the Greeks. Of course, they had quite the culture. And I would know. I experienced it firsthand a few times. The warning would have been nice, so I could get ready, but no. Why does that matter, Apollo? You should have foreseen this. He's such a... Aha! The list of muses. These lovely ladies influenced art and music for all of Greece, along with some other stuff too. And I think the stories they influenced will show you more of Greek culture anyway. Meet Dalidaeus. He was known for his intelligence and his sculpting ability. He was blessed with the ability to sculpt things so lifelike that it could actually come to life. I think it was Silo that helped him. They kind of blend together sometimes. I have too much on my plate to be focusing on that. Either way, his talents were known far and wide, so he was asked to make things for kings, including a maze. I'm pretty sure you heard the story of Icarus. He flew too close to the sun and, well, the wings couldn't hold. Greek myths are meant to give you lessons you might never see otherwise. The Romans have a lot of the same myths because we already knew how to warn of being too ambitious. Yet there's another warning that has been lost. Don't fly too low or the sea will spray and destroy your wings. Rome forgot both of these lessons and paid for it. Greek myths can be comedy, tragedies, or both. Rome itself is just a tragedy. The most important part of Greek culture is the heart and thought put into every one, so no one is guessing what they were meant to pick up on when they read it, or see it, or experience it. Rome may have something similar, but many of their myths are just reskins of Greek. Why do you think me and Artemis say almost the same in both? I am the god of prophecy, and I know the dangers of ignoring what a prophet says. Rome will, and they will pay for it. A war is easily won, keeping your city from crumbling to ash. I know how it works out for them. They only listen to Pallas isn't worth lives, but those in charge didn't care. Yeah. Who's next? He'll take good care of you. Enjoy your time with the others, mortal, and when you go to see Rome, remember something very simple. Beauty is fleeting, and the strength they have won't last forevermore. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to go find my dad. What do you mean he's helping?
Hello, I am Hippocrates, also known as the father of medicine. I am here to talk about Greek healthcare. I have always said to my people that health is a great human blessing. I have developed many guidelines and medical terms for diseases to ensure that me and my people in Greece maintain our health. Us Greeks value our hygiene and ensure that we bathe regularly to maintain our cleanliness. On the other hand, Rome's hygiene was crushed by the spread of head lice, body lice, and worms. I also like to mention Apollo's son, Asclepius, god of medicine. He healed many people with his strategies. One strategy that he used was the snakes and healing rituals in Asclepians. In Greece, we think deeply for those who struggled with mental illness, so we created remedies to get rid of those illnesses. Some of the natural remedies we made were cauliflower and cilia for depression and opium for anxiety. As you can see here, me and my people cared a lot for the health of Greece.
Hi, I'm Phidias, a well-known ancient Greece sculptor. First of all, I'd like to tell you about how Greek infrastructure is better than Rome's. First of all, our roads and pathways are a vast, well-built road system like the Via Egnatia that connected cities and facilitated travel and trade throughout our lands. Aqueducts and water supply. Our ingenious aqueducts brought fresh water into our cities, supplying public fountains and baths. Our temples and public buildings. Behold our grand temples like the Parthenon in Athens, showcasing our devotion to architecture and excellence in our craftsmanship. Our ports and harbors are unmatched throughout the Mediterranean. Ports like Piraeus were gateways to the world. Our ports and harbors, like the Piraeus, were great gateways to the world of trading and culture exchange throughout our lands. Our military infrastructure, strong fortifications and naval bases throughout our lands, ensured the protection of our cities, our city-states, and ensured the safety and sovereignty of our city-states. And finally, our public spaces, like the Agora, handcrafted out of the mountainside, providing immense view while you enjoy some entertainment. Again, my name is Piedes, and thank you for your time. Greece is better.
Well, hello. My name is white wine, or maybe red wine, yellow, or black wine. Anyways, I was very important to ancient Greece. You may be asking, you don't look like wine. Well, guess what? I'm the human version. I was created by my father Dionysus. I live in many parts of Greece, but the best part of me loves being in Thasos and Santorini. The Hellenes sophisticated my wealth with their philosophies, art, poetry, religion, music, and political life. Only the wise men drank me to expand their minds and praise the gods. But I'm not only good for that. I also have plenty of health benefits and essential nutrients. I got something for you. Man, am I good. Many times, Hellenic men drink me on their reclined triclinia in the symposium, engaging in conversation and eloquent speeches. They themselves, or their slaves, poured me into their phylals. Now you may be wondering how I ended up in Italy nowadays. Well, let me tell you the truth. The Romans stole me from Greece and started making me on their own. But let's get back on track. The Hellenes stored me in their new creations of large clay jars, known as pithois. When I was done fermenting, which is now about 2 to 3 weeks, I was sent to the ships to be transported. This is where I gained my popularity. In places like Cyprus, Egypt, Palestine, Sicily, and southern Italy were given a lot of me. Oh my, would you look at the time? I'm going to miss my flight. And I'm so glad I don't have to suffer the ride in my old ways of shipping in an ancient boat. I was told I was expecting an old friend, Cheese, to ride along with me. We're on our way to America now. Man, I love that place. There's so many thirsty people. Crazy, right? Well, I had a great time telling you about my creation. Goodbye now.
Hello, I am Pluto, an ancient Greek philosopher and teacher. I'll be teaching about education during our time. The main things that we taught were music, art, literature, science, math, and politics. We taught kids how to give speeches and debates, and after high school, we sent them off to military school so they could become strong warriors. They would not complete their schooling until they were about 20 years of age. For the first part of male teachings, they were taught at home till they were teens, then went to public schools, while women got to stay home and learn from their mothers. If their mothers knew how to read and write, they would teach their girls that. But the other things they learned were cooking, sewing, and other household chores. In Sparta, the teachers were completely different. The main goal was to maintain a powerful army. Boys would get sent to military when they were 6 years old. Military school was very strict. They would beat their children even when they cried, and the parents would often beat them too if they cried. They were often hungry and slept in barracks away from home. Although the boys had a tough life, the girls did not, even though they were also taught to be warriors just in case the men were away for war. They were taught how to wrestle and fight and hold a weapon. We also believe that strong men would create strong babies. Other than military teachings, we also believed in mythology. We believed in Greek gods and goddesses, and they were based on human personality traits such as love, honor, hatred, dignity. Even their roles in life were determined by what they were a god of, whereas the Roman gods were deities named after objects rather than human. Another thing that was taught was politics, which Pericles will tell you more about.
I'm Pericles, a respected politician and general. I'm here to teach all of you Greece politics. In order to stay with modern times, I've made a skibby-riz slideshow. This is me. I'm an alpha male. This is Caesar, a beta male. Don't be like Caesar. He lost to 23-1, has a horrible pizza, is the downfall of Rome. On the other hand, I created democracy, which is still around today. I'm so alpha male that the day before my birth, my mom dreamed that she would birth a lion. I'm also called the architect of the Athenian Golden Age. The Greece democracy is so peak that it's direct democracy, which means that everybody has a vote. This is composed of city-states governments. Any alpha male over 20 can vote on laws, which is way better than being ruled by a stinky emperor. The Greece government was split into 3 institutions. The first one is Ecclesia. It usually has 6,000 members, but any citizen that was eligible could join and vote on laws. The next is the Boule, a group made of 500 members. The 10 Athenian tribes would send 50 representatives. Their job was to manage ambassadors, military, and what laws to send to Ecclesia. The last was the Dicasteria. They also contained citizens, but only 500, that are picked through a lottery. They act as a jury in any case. Now comparing this to the Beta Romans government, Rome had a horse in their senate, and 300 to 600 members. A not-so-skibby replacement from republic to democracy to oligarchy. A senate and emperor often hated each other, which leads me to the next slide, the life of a Roman politician. Eat, sleep, get assassinated, and repeat. So the Greece government is way better than the Rome government.
Did you say war? I am the god of war. Unlike that pansy Apollo, I actually do something around here. I've never lost a war in my immortal life, and I feed off the bloodshed of war. Whether it's the enemy or my own mortals who bleed, as long as there is bloodshed, I win.
Respectfully, we need this done before our date.
Yes, sorry, my beauty. My mortal army, known by the name of the Spartans, were known long and wide by other nations for their phalanx formation, which proved massively effective in war. It was like a wall of men, every man as strong or stronger than the other. With their shields held up as a barrier through each row, they made sure their spears were not to hit each other, but poke through each wall of shield to ensure the death of their rivals. These things took training for them. It all came natural to someone amazing like me. The warriors start their training at the age of 7 years old, focusing their time on fostering cunningness, practicing war tactics and sports. For the boys who were deemed not strong enough, they practiced poetry, music, academics, and sometimes politics. And if they were sickly, well, we didn't want them, so they fed our animals well. Hephaestus survived being thrown off the mountains. Each of the deaths is a small battle to few men. The Spartans believed that military power was the way to provide security, protection, and amazingness for their cities. And they were right. Unlike Athens, my warriors could win. Any battle. Now go to the Romans and use a good Spartan move to kick their...
Common Ares, Poseidon, and Amphitrite are getting impatient.
I'll be there in a second, darling. When you see the Romans, you can thank me properly, in blood. If the ocean hasn't killed them already, I have no need for any other offering. Good luck.
Well then, mortal, it appears you've gone through all of us. Every god, sculptor, weird random cannibalistic drink. You've seen it all. So, have a fun time in Rome. Make sure you're careful around any sick people. I may have accidentally fired the wrong arrow earlier. Nothing to be worried about, though. After all, you'll be back here before you know it. Oh, and make sure you spend time enjoying everything Rome has to offer. You won't be around for too long after, and well, don't want you to miss out. Bye.